Mark, Saturday's your second trip back to the CBS Arena since leaving Coventry City and taking over at Stoke City. How did you find the experience going back there last time, and what are you looking forward to doing when you do go back?
It was pretty strange after it was only a few months since I'd left, so it was a little bit strange last time. The game itself was okay, decent game. We started brightly, had an injury to Pirro, ended up going 2 goals down with their first efforts on goal, really. Viktor Johansson got 2 goals. And we were 2 goals down at half time, made some changes. They worked on the day. Gally got 2 goals back, and we looked like we were going to go on and win the game. We had a really good chance to finish it off, and they went down the other end and scored in the 93rd minute, and won the game that way. The atmosphere was really good in the stadium. I remember that. I remember feeling gutted because we'd played better second half. Well, played well in the game, to be fair. So, and the games have been fairly tight. So, I think going back there tomorrow, the top of the league, they've been the best team in the division for most of the season. And yeah, it is another challenge for us, but we are, in a better place, having won the game against Oxford the other night and played pretty well, to be fair, in that game. We've scored a couple of goals, 4 in the last 2, so that side of things has looked to be improving. So it's going to have to be a top performance from us tomorrow to get anything from the game, because they're relentless in what they do.
Are they a good example of what can be achieved when you develop a club and a squad over a period?
Yeah, absolutely a good example, because I went there in 2017 and it wasn't anything like the picture it was or it is now. A lot of change happened, squads built, players come and go, players sold for big money to be able to reinvest, new ownership, money spent by Doug King. They've got the stadium back now under their own control, which is a massive thing for them. And gives them a platform to go and be really successful, and it's been a long time coming, but they're in a really strong position to get back into the Premier League now, and they have found a way of winning football matches that is impressive to see, and I think that's after tomorrow. Really wish them all the best, but tomorrow it's all about us and trying to get the 3 points from them in what will be a really noisy stadium, I'm sure.
You obviously know quite a few of the Coventry City players. What sort of challenge are you expecting against the league leaders?
Another tough one. I mean, the games, like I said before, the games have been tight. We've had, it's been nip and tuck, really. Both made changes in the cup game. We had the outcome from that one. They've hit the post. They've had a couple of good chances, which you'd expect. We had a bit of luck on the day, but brilliant goal from Lamine that saw us through. I think that maybe suited them a little bit, afterwards, because they didn't have an extra game to play, and they've been able to focus on the league, which for them is, I'm sure would be their main focus. The league game, when we lost 1-0, was very, very tight, and it took a really brilliant goal from Ephraim Mason-Clark to win it. So, yeah, the players. I know some of the players there. They've changed some. They've brought some in, some good players, all of them, and it is a real challenge for us. But hopefully, we can make it a real challenge for them too.
Off the back of Wednesday's win against Oxford United, is this a game that we can very much relish? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, relish all the games. I think we have been really competitive this season, and like I said before, even with injuries we've been competitive, so that's a huge positive, because when people come back, and I've said before that they'll start to come back next week, then it gives us an even better chance, because the players that have been playing and really playing catch up have got themselves up to speed, so there is real and should be real competition for places, and that'll continue to happen and get stronger over time.
You were full of praise for Steven Enzon's performance on Wednesday, as well as the way he helped to set up the equaliser against Leicester City on Saturday. What's it like to have someone of Steven's quality and experience in the squad, and what's it like to manage?
Steven's really easy to manage. I think he's somebody who just wants to play, and he's had such a high level in his career, and as you get older, that can be a little bit frustrating for you. He thinks about the game in a different way, sees the pictures earlier than everybody, and the quality that he shows is still vastly superior to a lot of players playing at the level. So yeah, from my perspective, we've been lucky to have him, and hopefully he can stay fit and keep performing the way he's done, whether that's from the start or coming on. But I think that he was hugely impressive in both the Leicester game and the other night against Oxford.
You deployed Million Manhoef in a slightly different position on Wednesday night. What did you like about what he brought from that role?
Million's a really good footballer, so he can play in a number of positions. I think the same with Jez. Sorba's done the same thing, and it was a decent performance the other night, and one that we can build on.
You mentioned Sorba there. He's got 17 goal contributions this season. How much has his work been valued amongst the whole club?
Well, again, the work that he does, but not only Sorba, everybody else does, is hugely valued because it's part of the team. And whilst they don't get everything right, they get a lot of things right, and Sorba more than most, and most in the division. And I think his contributions have been really significant for us this season, and hopefully he's got more. Well, I know he's got more goals and assists in him before the end of the season, so that remains exciting. Like I say, if we can get players back in quickly, and that's the start of that next week, hopefully we can get them back up to speed really quickly, and they can get involved for Swansea. That'll be a huge plus for us.
For those players that have been available over the last couple of months or so, how much will they have benefited from this experience, and also benefit hopefully from these players coming back?
Well, the benefit of players coming back is that they add the competition, and they add some quality and and know-how, game understanding. But they've been out for a significant period, some of them, so we've got to make sure that they're up to speed, and we can get them involved as quickly as possible, and we can integrate them into some training and make that happen as quickly as possible. And really, like I'm saying, I'm aiming for Swansea. We've got Swansea, Ipswich, and then Watford coming up next, and hopefully we can have a few players back and keep them drip feeding back into the squad, because if we can do that with a significant amount of games left, that can have an impact on where we finish in the division this year.